In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why I believe that Canva Pro is worth every penny of its $10.99 per month or £99 per year price tag. I'm Andy from 2 Minute Tech Tutorials, and I've been using and teaching Canva for a number of years, and over that time I have seen it grow from a startup company to potentially one of the biggest graphic design tools on the planet. So let me tell you a little bit more about what I'm going to cover in this video. I'm going to introduce you to what Canva is. I'm then going to tell you a little bit more about the free offerings with a standard Canva account, and then tell you what you can get access to within a paid Canva Pro account. Now, if by the end of this video you decide that you want to try out everything that I've been talking about with the Canva Pro license, but you maybe don't want to pay straight away, you can click on the link in my description and you can try Canva Pro completely free of charge for up to 30 days. Now, you can cancel any time, so you won't be charged if you cancel before the end of the 30 days. But if you decide you want to keep going with it, you can either pay £10.99 per month, or you can save 16% by signing up to a full year license for Canva Pro at £99. Now, if you're wondering what Canva is, it's essentially now, I would say, the market leader in terms of online social media graphic creation tools. So it's basically a drag and drop tool that can allow you to create things like social media posts. You can use it for whiteboarding, for brainstorming. You can create banners for your YouTube channel, for your LinkedIn profile. You can create posts for Instagram. You can create videos. There is a huge amount that Canva can be used for. And actually, there's over about 100 different things you can design with Canva. Now, Canva is completely free to everybody who wants to use it. And like most of these types of web applications or mobile apps, they give you a certain amount of features as a free user, but if you want to get the better features, you do have to pay, and that's where the Canva Pro license comes into play. Canva is available as either a web app, which I have on screen, a desktop app, or a mobile app, and those three versions are available to all users, so you don't need to have a Pro account to be able to use the desktop app on your computer or to make use of the mobile apps. In terms of what you get as a free user, well, I can have a look at this handy pricing structure here, and you can see that basically you get access to the full editor. You can access over 250,000 free templates, and the templates are a great starting point if you perhaps haven't really done much in terms of design, or if, like myself, you're maybe not much of a graphic designer, but you can use software applications. Then you can basically make use of these templates and tweak them to create your content. You get up to 100 or more design types. So as I mentioned, you can use it for social media posts, presentations, letters, videos, websites. There is a huge amount. And with that, you'll get access to over 1 million completely free to use photos and graphics. There's the ability to invite other people into your design, so you can work collaboratively on that, and you can get access to team spaces. The other thing is you get 5 gigabytes of cloud storage. So because this is an online web app, everything is saved to your online cloud storage account. And 5 gigabytes, whilst many years ago that would be a lot of storage, it's not a huge amount these days. And if you're uploading high resolution images or working on a lot of graphics, that might get eaten up quite quickly. But as a starting point, you get access to at least 5 gigabytes of cloud storage. Now, let's jump into Canva as a free user to take a quick look around, and I'll highlight to you where I think some of the good points with Canva are and where I think some of the main kind of drawbacks for free users are. So here I am logged into Canva as a free user. You'll see it tells me that up here, so we've got a free account. And down the left hand side, we've got the main menu. Anytime you see a little crown, it means that it is a pro feature. So this is something that you basically can't use unless you have a Pro account. So for example, if I go into branding here, you'll see that I get the option here to start a trial as I'm already logged in as a free user. I can access my brand logos, but then when I try to click on it, I then get the message to tell me that actually I can't access these until I have created a Pro account. You'll see as I go down, we can actually add some colors to a color palette, but you're restricted to only being able to add 3 here. So once you try to add more than 3 colors to maybe use consistently throughout your designs, you'll be told that you'll need to sign up to Pro to access them. And this is generally how Canva works. So they'll give you some features and functionality, But then the things that you kind of really want to make use of, they'll alert you and let you know that actually you'll need to pay a little bit more money to access them. So they give you enough to kind of get you going, but as you start to use the tool more and more, you'll discover that actually it is so much more beneficial to have a pro account. So for example, if I go back to the home page here, you'll see there's some options up here for searching for designs that live within Canva, or you can go into the templates menu. So if I go to templates, we can then start searching the humongous library of templates that are available to us to use. So at the top we've got the different categories, and of course they tend to put things at the beginning that are topical or coming up. So we've got Halloween coming up, so you'll see there's some Halloween templates here, and if I just click on this one as an example, you will see that we have lots of different templates. So as a free user, I can access these 13,859 templates, but it doesn't mean that I can actually use them. So what you'll see here as I begin to scroll down is sometimes you'll see a little paid symbol come up. So what this is telling me is I can make use of this template, I could basically begin to edit it, but there will be some objects within there that I need to pay a one-off fee to be able to unlock. And that's usually about 99 pence per element or per image or icon. So I would be able to use this, but there's probably a couple of things in here, maybe the bats or the graveyard scene here, which are actually paid. You'll notice though the one above doesn't have anything on it. So I would be able to basically make use of what I assume is an Instagram story background. I could make use of that completely as it is, and there would be no fee associated with that. But if I scroll down to here, you'll see that this one has a pro badge attached to it. So if I try to click on this one, it will let me see it, but it won't let me use it because I am not a pro account holder. If I jump back to this one though, for example, let's go into this one that's paid. So we're going to click on it, and I'm going to choose to customize this template. And then what you'll see is there are some objects on here that we'll need to pay for. So let's take a look at here. You'll see where these hash lines come through this one here. To remove the watermarks, I would need to pay £1.98 because it's going to remove it from the bats at the top here and from this design here. Of course, we might want to swap these out and make use of free elements, but you begin to see when you work in Canva that there's quite a lot of features that you really want, but unfortunately they are locked down. Another thing that can be just a little bit frustrating is if you go into, for example, elements, and then let's search for, so I'll just search for pumpkin, since we're doing a Halloween theme. So you'll see here as I scroll down, there's lots of nice pumpkins. Okay, and we can make use of these ones that don't have the pro badge on it. But this one, for example, has the pro badge. And what can be quite frustrating in Canva when you're a free user is there's no way of actually filtering to remove the pro licensed images or elements. So if I go to the filter options up here, you'll see that I can't filter out to only show me the free elements. And of course they've done this because they want to make it frustrating to encourage you to sign up. And to be honest, over time it does, or it has in my opinion, become really frustrating because there's a lot of things that you'll search for which basically there'll be like one free version and loads of paid. And sometimes as you scroll, you'll see in here you might actually have other free ones like this, but then before it you've seen lots of pro ones. So you have to basically keep scrolling to be able to find the elements or the photographs that you want to make use of. And it works the same for photographs as well. So as you scroll down, sometimes you'll see free ones and sometimes you'll see paid ones. So if we search in here for pumpkins, you'll see that as I scroll down, we've just got a complete mishmash of pro and of free images to make use of. So we can make use of some other applications and tools in here. So if I go to more, there are some apps in here that are free to use. So you can add in things like charts, you can apply styling, you can bring in audio, and a lot of these things are offered completely free. But once again, if we run a search, you'll see that sometimes we have pro music and sometimes we have free music. So it just kind of consistently works like this throughout the application, that you get something, but you also are restricted from quite a lot as well. If we go into the templates library, you can search your templates in here, but as before, some of them will be pro and you won't be able to make use of them. If we go into text, you'll see that we've got a lot of really cool text pieces in here, but again, they're licensed under Pro licenses, or if you want to maybe add some text in here, let's say for example I'm going to add a text box and then search the fonts, you'll see in the font library, whilst there are lots and lots of fonts here, you have quite a few which are restricted, so we can't use this one, for example. The other thing is you're not able to upload your own font because we have the Pro offering attached to that one too. So if you want to upload your own custom fonts, you'll need to have a Pro account. So as you can see from that, there's quite a lot that we can do in the free account, but there's also quite a lot of restrictions. And if you're somebody who maybe just creates a couple of designs here and there, then you will probably be able to get by with the free version. But as you use it more often and maybe you delve deeper into the templates, you'll start to see that there's quite a lot of templates in there that you really want to use, but unfortunately they are locked down. Two other things that I think are really useful offerings within Canva that unfortunately are restricted. The first one is this resize option up here. So if you have created a design, let's say for Instagram, like we have in this example here, and perhaps what I want to do is I want to resize it so I can take this straight into an Instagram story, which would go from being square to being more of a portrait layout. If I click on resize, it doesn't actually let me resize it here. Okay, so you'll see if I try to resize anything, it tells me that I need to sign up for the trial. So it can be quite frustrating because what essentially you have to do is open up another design in the size you want and then copy across or recreate. So this is a Pro feature that's incredibly useful, but unfortunately it's a Pro feature. The other thing that you may have noticed online is a lot of people use this application to cut themselves out for thumbnails. So let's say for example if I put in, let's see if I can grab a picture of a person like this, and if I take this user, let's take this image here. If I want to cut this person out, so I'm just going to quickly generate a new page, we'll bring them across. If I wanted to remove the background, if I go to edit image, you'll see that the background removal tool is locked down. So if I want to be able to cut an image of myself out or someone else, unfortunately, I need to have a Pro license to be able to do that. So for the most part, you can create designs using a free Canva account. But let's take a look at what is offered to you as a Pro license holder. And as I mentioned before, if you've not created a Canva account and you're wanting to sign up for a Pro account, then feel free to use the link in my description and you'll get straight into a 30-day trial. You can cancel anytime or you can continue paying either monthly or yearly. So as a Canva Pro license holder, you'll get access to over 100 times the amount of premium stock photos, videos, images, and audio or graphics. So where you get around about 1 million here, you'll get over 100 million. You get access to every single feature in the tool, so you're not limited if you want to use the resize or the background removal options. They are basically unlocked for you to make use of. You can basically create from up to 610,000 premium templates. So where previously in the free version you get about 250,000, here you'll get well over 500,000. And there is quite a big difference in terms of the quality between a free and a premium template. The other thing that you can do is where I mentioned before about the brand identity and working with the brand kits, you can create up to 100 different brand kits. So if, for example, you've got a different color palette for different parts of your brand, for maybe presence on social media such as Instagram or LinkedIn or YouTube, you can create different brand identity with different logos, different colors, different fonts, and you can push them out to your different designs. Or if you're working with other brands and you're basically creating content as part of a business, then you can have different kits for up to 100 different brands basically. Another thing I think is really useful is the Magic Resize tool. I highlighted a second ago where unfortunately you don't get access to this with free. And where we mentioned before about the background removal tool, you can actually also remove the background from a video if you've got a Pro account. And if you want to learn how to do that, feel free to check out the video using the card above or the link in the description. Crucially, you get 1 terabyte of cloud storage, so instead of the 5 gigabytes that you get as a free user, you'll get 1 terabyte, which is a huge amount more and is useful if you're working with a lot of high resolution video files, or high resolution images. You'll not necessarily need to worry about approaching that limit, not for a long time anyway. And you'll get 24/7 customer support through the platform. So let's jump into Canva Pro now and take a look at how Canva Pro looks once you have signed into your Pro account. Okay, so I'm logged into my Canva Pro account here, and what you'll notice is, well, the first thing you'll see is we don't have the option for the free trial up here, and it tells me that I am a Pro license holder. The second thing you'll see is we don't have the little gold crowns, but it does still highlight what the feature is and whether or not it's a Pro or a free account feature. So this one, for example, next to brand, we've got the little silver crown just to remind us that this is actually a Pro feature. Something that I didn't mention before is you also have a content planner if you have a Pro account. And this is useful because you can basically create content and then you can schedule it to be published at specific dates or specific times. And from this calendar, you can also see various times throughout the year where there's different celebrations, such as World Smile Day, Animal Day, or Halloween. So as you work through the calendar, you'll be able to actually decide what social graphics you want to create and when you want to basically publish them. So you can simply click on the plus button here, then you can choose something from in here, and you can set up a post to post to one of your channels. So the scheduling post is a really neat option, but it's only available if you've got a Canva Pro account. If I jump back into the templates library here, then what you'll see is now if I run that search again for Halloween, we've got lots and lots of templates, but we don't have to worry now about having the Pro option, because if, for example, I like this one here, I can click on it and I will be able to straight away just customize this particular template. And as I mentioned before, what you tend to find is some of the really nice looking templates and resources are locked down to Pro account holders. So if you've got this Pro trial, you can at least come in here and take a look at some really nice content. So if you're creating, I don't know, tickets for a Halloween party, you'll see that this already exists, and all you'd have to come in here is change a little bit of text, maybe update the QR code, of course, and you could essentially put that out for print. And look just how many other different examples of Halloween tickets and party tickets you can find down here. So there's lots of other templates. I'm going to jump into a design just quickly. Let's just go to create a new design. I'll just go for video for this one so I can show you a new video. And what you'll see is if we go into the video section here, there's a huge amount of videos that we can make use of. So we can search this library and bring these in. So let's say, for example, I'm going to go for computing. Let's see if anything exists here. We've got lots of different videos here. Again, these have got the Pro badge on them, but it doesn't matter because I can simply click on them and we can make use of these particular videos. So we can add as many of these as we want. There's a massive library here, and the nice thing is because the library is built into Canva, we don't need to go outside of Canva, download a video, then upload it to Canva and bring it in. We can basically just pop it straight in from here after we run our search. If I want to add another slide here, let's go and search for an image. So I'm going to go to photos. Again, I'll just run a search for person, and let's take this one for example. This is where we can now go to edit image and we can use the background removal tool, which will basically cut this person out from the background. Now I'm not going to go into too much detail about how to use this tool. I've got another video which you can find on my channel explaining this in more detail, but you'll see within seconds it makes an attempt to basically cut the person out from the background, as you'll see it has just now. And then of course if we want to, we can resize them and reposition, and it's done a pretty good job of that. So you can make use of the background removal tool either on the images or within videos. One last thing just to highlight, if I go back into text, you'll see that all of these different really kind of funky pieces of text that were originally locked down, we can now click on and we can bring into our design. We don't have to worry about whether or not they're free or pro because of course we've got access to them, but you can still come in and you can change things like the font, and now we've got access to all of these different fonts as well as an upload font option. So in summary, if you are somebody who's just starting out with Canva and perhaps you're wanting to get your head around the tool and how it works, you could sign up for a free account, but I think it's a good idea to at least go for the Pro trial test it out, see if you like it, and then make sure that you cancel before the trial ends, or perhaps even go into like a monthly payment plan so that if you don't want to pay up front for the full entire year, you can cancel it at any time. There certainly are a huge amount more benefits and features available for Canva Pro license holders, and at £10.99 I don't think as a monthly payment it's actually that substantial. And I think, as I mentioned at the beginning, you do get value for money in terms of what you're getting access to. Not just in terms of the amount of content, but I think the way that the tool behaves and how much easier it is to use as a pro license holder, for me, is a major plus point. What I find quite frustrating using Canva as a free user is just how often the pop-up will come up to say that actually you need to be a pro license holder to use that. Sometimes you find a perfect picture, but it turns out it's actually a pro licensed image, or even down to things like just wanting to quickly remove a background. I have to take it into another tool, remove the background, and then bring the image in. Whereas, as you saw in this little video, you can remove a background in just 1 second, or a couple of quick seconds, using the background removal tool. So you'll see on screen, these are the main kind of differences. Hopefully, this video has just given you a little bit more information around what Canva is, what you can do as a free user, and the differences between the general free account and the paid account. Remember, if you do want to try out the free trial, feel free to use that link in my description. That'll take you straight to the trial page. You can just pop in your details, create your account, and then hopefully over those 30 days, you'll be able to work out what is best for you. If you found this video to be useful, please do give it a like. Feel free to leave a comment to let me know perhaps what your preference is. Are you fully behind Canva Free, or are you quite happy to pay the money and get the benefits of Canva Pro? And of course, if you've not already done so, please do hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty of other Canva tutorials on this channel, so you can check those out. And I also have tutorials for things like Adobe applications, Microsoft Office, and Microsoft 365. But hope you found it useful, and thanks again for watching.